Okay guys, in this tutorial what I'm going to show you is how can we do a volumetric lighting. Okay, wait. Okay, so volumetric lighting is basically you have lights that emits some light going through a volume of a smoke. Usually there is some sort of light and dark things going on, so there's like a contrast. So for example here I'm going to just make a copy here. Alright, so there's a ceiling here, it's like covered. Now okay, so now we're going to add a light, an Arnold light. So we go to create tab, go to the lights, right, and then go to photometric, choose Arnold, and then choose the Arnold light, and I'm going to add one down here. Okay, oh yeah, I got a target here. If I don't want the target, just go to the modify tab, untick the target here. Alright, so Arnold light, if you want to create a volumetric light, the type of light, not all type of Arnold light which is here in the list can be used. The one that can be used is a point light, spotlight, and a quad and disc light. Okay, so this is the main lights that can use volumetric lights. If you're using distant light, you won't get it. You won't generate that volumetric light. Okay, so here I'm back to standard, so it's a bit faster. Go back to the high quality. Alright, so if you want to mimic that light from the sun, if you're doing the indoor assignment, right, so you use the best would actually be a spotlight. You want a spotlight, but make sure it covers bigger area. This is a bit small. All right, see if I make the sun over here. Okay, so it creates that nice grill shadows, and I'm going to make the spotlight bigger. So the cone angle, I'm going to increase the cone angle. Alright, yeah, so now it's bigger. Okay, something like this. Make sure it covers the window area. Okay, alright, the next part, let's try and render this up first. So the Arnold render view, and this is the one I did before. I'm going to render it now. So as you can see, there's no shadow, right? I mean, no volumetric light. There is a shadow, but there's no volumetric light here, right? So yeah, that's the 3D object. So now, how we going to create the volumetric? We have to go to the render setup, which is F10 shortcut, and then here in the Arnold render tab. We are going to switch, we're going to go all the way down. Okay, until we see the environment, background and atmosphere tab here. So we need to open this, and then we go to the atmosphere scene atmosphere. Right, so this one we need to click the nomad, click that, and in our material browser here we are going to we're going to open the Arnold material, and then we go into the atmosphere, and then we're going to add volume, atmosphere volume. So double click on that. Now it applies over here. Okay, so let's render and see what we got. Okay, nothing happened. Still nothing happened. Okay, I'm going to cancel the render. Escape. Okay, render aborted. Render aborted. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to adjust the properties of this material here. If I click this one, see nothing, right? But how do we adjust the property? Remember, this is a material, so we have to press the M for material, right? Press the M, material, let it load first, hold on. Okay, that's the material, right? So I'm going to choose one of the empty slots here. Duplicate that here. Alright, so one of the empty slot, this is the first one, and I'm going to drag here, left click and hold this material, left click and drop it at the slot. Say instant, don't choose copy. If you choose copy, it will just create a standalone copy, so which means if you modify the property here, it will not update over here. So you need to apply instant, so there's a connection. Click OK. Right, so all you need to do is add the density here is 0, so that's why no volumetric. So if I put say 1 and I try to render, I've been getting this some problems here. Let me try and render it. Okay, there you go. Right, that's a bit too much, a bit too strong. So we're going to cancel this. It actually based on your scale. I did not prepare and model this with the real life scale. So this number one value, the value of 1 is a bit too much, a bit too big. So I've tested before this. Mine would be around 0.1, even lower. So I'm going to render this. As you can see, there you go. That's my volumetric lights. Yeah, volumetric lights. Okay. So if I want it to be nicer, put 0.06. Then it will give me less dense volumetric. So up to you. You can control the density, the thickness of the volumetric. Okay, so all depends on your scene file model size. If your model size is big, then the value will be big. If your model is real scale, 1 should be okay, but mine I think is quite small, so it's like a miniature, so I have to drop it down to 0.06. Alright, so that's how you do a volumetric light. Okay, Good luck.